this, whatever. I don't know. You could have done a lot of things with that, with Angle, and how does he handle that, and what does he do with him on the roster now, and that type of thing.
A lot of conflict, and I think the WWE might do that eventually, but the problem is they kind of wait so long in a lot of these angles. Some of them they pull the trigger on right away, and it's too fast. But something like this, you're right. There's no way the crowd's not going to turn him. The crowd hates these over the top baby face, like fake baby faces. Like the only real baby face on the roster, I think, between the two shows is like Styles and Sami Zayn. Yeah, I think because I don't know if it's because they're undersized and they can get over, but they don't have like the full machine behind them. They kind of did it themselves, and I just hope they're not going to shove Jason Jordan down our throats right now.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of Jason Jordan matches the next couple of months, and we'll see how
sweet
that floats.
Well, if the SmackDown card is any indication, there's plenty of room for him on the pre-show. And that being said, we are going to go ahead and transverse. Is that a word?
Transition.
Damn it. Edit that out in post.
Yeah. Transition
to this Sunday's WWE Battleground 2017 previews. But before that, we're here to remind you, as always, we are brought to you by the Damage 365 Radio Network.
We are. Trust me.
Hey everybody, this is Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and you are listening to Damage 365 Radio. And remember, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
And you can also find us at ProWrestling.com sometimes, on Twitter and on Instagram at AllNightLongWP, and Facebook, AllNightLongWP, all over the internet. Just Google us. Oh, and lately, as of last week, speaking of pat on the back, iHeartRadio app, the All Night Long Wrestling Podcast is on there. Now listen, not just anybody gets to go in the iHeartRadio app. You got to submit your radio resume, which we did. Joe sent them nudes, so I feel like that really kind of pushed us over the threshold. It was us or the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. So the nudes actually might have, scaled them in our favor, pal.
I don't even know how to respond to any of this.
Fair enough. Let's get to the Battleground preview. So this Sunday, it's the return of the Punjabi prison match for the WWE title. You know what? Let's just start at the bottom, work our way up. The first match, the opening match, is everybody's favorite underdog against Aiden English. So, Ty Dillinger, you thought I was going Sami Zayn, didn't you? Yeah, no, it's Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English on the pre-show. Ty Dillinger just really needs something to do, and Aiden English seems to be the welcome mat, I guess. But I feel like Aiden's going to get his W back here. I think Aiden English gets the win.
I'm going to say Ty Dillinger gets the win.
Oh, he should. But
so, I'm going to go with that because it's the pre-show, and I don't know why. No, I'm going to go with Ty Dillinger. Yeah.
Okay. Just announced this week, the next matchup is going to be Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis. I hate saying that.
Mike Kanellis.
Sami Zayn should win. He's not going to. Sami Zayn is just the good guy there to make the bad guys look good. And Sami Zayn's going to lose due to Maria Kanellis interference.
Do you think they'll repeat the SmackDown angle that they did?
Probably.
Okay, so I'll take Mike Kanellis as well. I think I don't know if they have any long-term plans for him or if they're just kind of throwing him into the mid-card with everybody else and they'll just trade wins. I mean, he got a cheap win over Sami on SmackDown due to Maria's interference. So I'll think that they'll probably have a little bit longer of a match here, but I'll say that Kanellis will win again.
He's like the SmackDown Kurt Hawkins, I feel like already.
That's disappointing.
Let's hope we're both wrong. But so now the card kind of seems to take a little bit different direction. Let's go with the flag match: John Cena versus Rusev. There's no way that John Cena can lose a flag match, right? It's America.
I don't think he's going to lose. I don't. I think that he's probably being set up for something bigger at SummerSlam. Whereas with Rusev, I don't know that they have any direction for him whatsoever. They original direction for him was altered by the fact that they decided to make Jinder Mahal the champion, and now they delayed Rusev's return, and they seem to just kind of throw him into this with John Cena starting on the 4th of July episode when Cena returned from his latest sabbatical. So I think that Cena will win the flag match. There won't be much controversy here. Rusev doesn't really have Lana with him anymore, so that's not a factor. So I think Cena will just win it cleanly.
And whatever plans they had for Rusev, I'm sure they threw away now once he made fun of Shane McMahon's crash landing in the Long Island Sound. So, did you see his tweet?
I did.
That was like a half hour after the actual. For those who don't know, Shane McMahon's helicopter made an emergency landing at right off Gilgo Beach in Long Island. Right up. What town is it technically? I don't know. Yeah, it's about, long story short, it's about 15 minutes from where Joe and I are. So, had we been at the beach that day? I don't know. Maybe we could have seen Shane O'Mac. But anyway, Rusev made fun of him on Twitter, like, immediately afterwards. It was a stiff shot. So, I think they don't have any, I don't think they have any plans for him, and I think John Cena is going to, like you said, he's probably going to go on to do something he shouldn't be doing at SummerSlam. And it's a flag match. So, yeah, Cena's going to win, and the Old Glory's going to fly free. Next, we'll take a look at AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the WWE US title. AJ Styles just beat Owens at a house show at Madison Square Garden. It was for all intents and purposes, a very enjoyable match, according to what everybody there said. These two have, that two guys that can just really go and put on a great match. And Kevin Owens' character has been, what do you think, drastically changed out to like the last 4 to 5 weeks. He's not really doing the anti-American thing anymore, and I don't know. I just don't think he has any chutzpah right now. I think AJ Styles needs to keep that title.
Yeah, I would expect AJ to keep it. It seems like they are already setting up future opponents for Styles after this, so this almost seems like just kind of a placeholder because they were going to have this match anyway when Owens was the champion, and now they've switched to Styles on the house show. They probably were just going to switch it to Styles here, would have been my guess. So I will say that Styles wins and keeps the title, and I don't know what they're going to do with Owens next, if anything.
If anything. Well, there's probably room for that triple threat match with Ty Dillinger and Aiden English. Next up, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. Almost a no-brainer. As per, every heel that's ever had the briefcase has gone on a violent losing streak immediately afterwards, and I don't think Corbin's going to be the guy to beat Nakamura at the pay-per-view, nor should he be. So I think Nakamura wins and he stays strong, and that gives him something to do at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I'll agree for the same reasons. It's unfortunate that they choose to do that with the guys that win the briefcase, especially when it's a heel. They have them lose a lot of matches leading up to the cash-in. I don't know. I think I just assume Nakamura will win. They probably should make it more important the first time that he loses, but they don't always treat things that way. But I'll say that he'll win here as well.
What do we got next? Which way do you want to go?
Let's go to the women's match. There's a fatal 5-way. It's an elimination match to determine the number one contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship. The winner of this match will face Naomi at SummerSlam. The 5 competitors are Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Natalya, Tamina, and Lana.
Well, this is one part of SmackDown I did see this week. Becky Lynch had a pretty good match with Charlotte when she tapped her out to the Disarmer, which only leads me to believe Charlotte and Becky will be the last two in the Fatal 5-Way, and Charlotte will get the W and then probably go ahead and take the title at SummerSlam. So my money's on Charlotte in this match.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm leaning too. I was trying to do a process of elimination here with the 5, and I don't think Lana has a chance, obviously, because she's lost several times to Naomi already. I don't think Natalya will win just because they don't seem to be investing anything in Natalya at this point. So that left me with Charlotte, Becky, and Tamina. I don't think Becky will win because Becky just beat Charlotte on SmackDown, and I think that they've kind of went down that road already with Becky, and they're going to try to build up some more frustration with her. So that left me with Tamina and Charlotte. I can't imagine. I really would not want to see Tamina win. It's just not a good situation. So I'm going to say Charlotte wins and goes on to face Naomi at SummerSlam.
That was my thing. The other thing I was thinking, maybe Lana wins due to Tamina interference, but because it seemed to be I think Tamina almost feels bad for Lana, and how bad she is in the ring, and she kind of takes her under her wing.
Yeah, I think that's why I was kind of leaning. I was thinking of Tamina as an option as a winner because I feel like they've been putting a little more focus on attention on her. So I was down to between Charlotte and Tamina, but I'm just hoping they don't do anything stupid and let Tamina win this match and have her in the title match at SummerSlam. That would be kind of lame. So.
That would not. There's no drawing power in that match.
No.
Next up, the Usos versus the New Day. I want the Usos to keep it. I think they should keep it, but I don't. There's no. They've wrestled at the last pay-per-view, right?
Yes.
Usos got the win.
Usos walked off.
Okay. So I'm wondering if they push back the New Day title, went to SummerSlam in some sort of gimmick match. But I don't think you're going to have any other title changes on this show. So I think they might pull the trigger and put the title on the New Day now, even though I don't think it's the right move.
Yeah, I would wait another month if I was them, but that being said, like that's just because that makes the most sense. Doesn't mean that's what they're going to do. I really don't know. The thing is, if New Day wins, what do you do next month? You just do this match again, probably at SummerSlam as a rematch, and then have New Day move on to somebody else. I don't even know who else they move on to.
I was just thinking there's no other tag team.
So other than like Breezango and I don't know. So I would probably leave it on the Usos for one more month and have New Day beat them at SummerSlam, and then maybe come up with something for them after that. So I'll say the Usos will keep it just to be different.
I think you have a month in the interim to build credibility towards another team. I don't even care if it's the Ascension. Do what you have to do, but you have 4 SmackDown shows, which is 8 hours worth. Give another team a couple of important wins, I don't even know where to start with this one. The Punjabi prison match for the WWE title. Champion Jinder Mahal takes on Randy Orton. Oh, man.
Wow, just thinking about it's got you tired.
Yeah, it's got me a little exhausted. Watching Randy clumsily climb the Punjabi prison on SmackDown did not... I don't know, man. This is so weird. This match is so weird. You have to climb in and out of 2 cages. Jinder's going to have the Singh brothers. I think you kind of have to keep the title on Jinder in this match. I don't think I want to see Randy Orton win a Punjabi prison match, to be honest with you. But apparently the gates have been down, and the tickets for this show are they're there in abundance, and they're discounting them now because there's so many seats available. So I wonder if they're getting cold feet on the Jinder Mahal title reign. They're going to put it on Randy. I still say you got to keep it on Jinder, and he gets the win.
Yeah, I would keep it on Jinder. I mean, I don't know what putting it back on Orton's not going to do. I don't think it's going to do much good or much difference. I think we've chronicled it before, earlier in the year about how they made, what direction they went with the championship on SmackDown. I think they just took it in a very, very bad direction by taking it off of Styles too early, and that kind of spiraled it into where it is now. And
didn't Bray have it for a while?
Bray had it for a month and a half or something, 5 weeks.
That was the last time he won a match.
It's just, he beat Rollins, I think, right, last a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
But they had it on Styles at the Rumble, and then Cena won it for 2 weeks and then lost it to Bray, and then Bray had it for 5 weeks and lost it to Orton, and Orton had it for a month and lost it to Jinder, and it's just gone downhill, I think, ever since. They just really, and now their main event. Their main events on SmackDown all center around Styles, Owens, Nakamura, guys like that, and
Zayn,
Cena,
Corbin. Yeah,
they don't have Jinder in any of that, right? You'd think that you'd feature him as a main guy, and they don't even do that. So that's usually not a good sign. I would probably leave it on him for another month and then have him drop it at SummerSlam. Now, whatever they do with that, whether that's him dropping it to Cena and Cena then losing it to Corbin or whatever they're going to do, but I don't think you can extend his title reign out much longer than another month, but I still wouldn't give it right back to Orton because that just seems nonsensical. So I'll say that Jinder keeps it.
Do we get a Punjabi prison cash-in?
I'll say no.
I hope not. Imagine watching Baron Corbin try to climb up and down.
I think it's too soon for that, right? They probably got to build up the chase a little more for that. I don't know, maybe next month or a little bit after that.
I don't know, man. What are you going into this pay-per-view? Where are your hopes?
I don't really have much hopes for anything in my life at this stage. So this show is not any different